Welcome back to Travels with Bert. This morning we're not visiting rivers. Oh yeah, that one. Well, okay, this one we'll visit. I just figured this was a nice place to do an introduction. Actually, we're going to continue about another 40 minutes that way, and we're going to visit something unusual in the middle of nowhere. And then after we visited that, we'll visit something else unusual in the middle of nowhere. And where are we now? Well, we're just to the west of Surat Thani city, maybe about, 15, 20 kilometers. And as I say, we'll keep going further away, but still in Surat Thani province. And the river behind me, I believe, is called Phum Duang. And you can see how swollen it is after what I've been calling the monsoon season. But I was wrong, it's not the monsoon season. Somebody on Facebook very kindly informed me that for the monsoon season there has to be very strong southwesterly winds, and all of that ended about 6 or 8 weeks ago. So I guess what we had recently was the really rainy season, not the monsoon season. So I stand corrected. Anyway, enough twittering, let's go. Okay, so we're almost at the interesting place in the middle of nowhere, but we have to go up this steep hill that's behind me. And I know it looks like it's downhill there, but it goes right up to the top there. And when I first came here, they were still making the road, so I had to park halfway up and walk the rest of the way. And trust me, it's very steep. But the idea was that you were supposed to stop here and jump into a 4x4 and pay to go to the top. And that only happened to me once, and I just drove straight past and ignored them. But it is steep and it is a bit slippery, so you do have to be careful. But actually, the first time I came here, I really had no idea where I was going. I just saw some article, I think it was in the Bangkok Post, about this new tourist attraction that everybody had to go to. And I ended up, we just came through a town called Kirat Nikom. And I was stopped somewhere down there. It's probably about 10 kilometers further back that way. And I got out of Bert and I'm looking around and I can't see any sign of tourist attraction. And a lady in another pickup truck stopped next to me and she said, "Are you lost? What are you looking for?" So I told her and she knew where it was. So she said, "Okay, you follow me and I'll take you there if you give me 200 baht. I kind of balked at that at the time. I just thought about it and decided, well, if I don't pay her 200 baht, I'm never going to find the place, so okay. Well, I must admit it wasn't a bad deal because we were the other side of Kirat and probably 15 kilometers from here, and she brought me more or less up here and then pointed, go up there. So that's how I found it. Anyways, enough twittering. Actually, the camera is not on the tripod, it's on the front of Bert, so I can show you what this road is like as we go up there. Okay, so let's go. Okay, here we go. Down a bit first, and then up a bit. Well, up a lot. In case you're wondering, this is all first gear stuff. No way I'll go up here in a second. And we have to park here and get out and walk. So just talk amongst yourselves while I get the camera off the front of Bert. Right, I think we have to wander off this way. Oh, big decision. Do we go up the steps or do we go up the slope? I don't know, I think maybe we'll go up the steps. And we'll just pause here to admire the view. Oh, we can still see a boat back there. And we'll keep going to the very interesting thing in the middle of nowhere. And it looks like we have to go up steps. There's always steps. And finally, we reach the interesting thing. It's called Hin Pad, or fan-shaped rock. And just how it got to be like that, I don't think anyone knows. I didn't bring the tripod with me, couldn't be bothered, so you're not going to see me. That's the good news. Now, when I first came here, that piece at bottom left, that hadn't fallen off. It was still a whole rock. You can see, I think that it's a lighter colour on that side. I wonder how long it'll be before the whole thing falls over. I don't think I want to go up there to find out. You can see better from here. I think that there's a giant piece missing. Let me see if I can make that a bit brighter. Okay, how does that look? We'll just have a look around. There's nothing else to see, trust me, that's it. That's the interesting thing we came to see, and we really are in the middle of nowhere. No, I've just noticed the piece underneath has a giant crack in it as well. That's quite impressive. So if the top doesn't fall over, these side pieces probably will. And that would go a long, long way down the mountainside. So that's part of Suratani province, looking over here into Krabi province. Probably those hills in the background are in Krabi. And that's it, folks. You've seen it now. I'm going to jump back in Bert and go find another interesting place in the middle of nowhere. Oops, no, we can't leave here without looking at the upstairs view. And as if by magic, we find ourselves in another interesting place in the middle of nowhere. A giant gold rock with a temple on top. And actually there's a helpful sign, so I'll read the helpful sign to you because I'm not sure if you'll be able to see it. Let's come over here. Okay, here's the helpful sign. It says, after discovering a strange shaped stone with similar features to resist the law of gravity, Pratat in Hang, in which Mr. Pratana Chanprek and later Pu Liu Pao came to incite Mr. Damrong Taosuban to use contain the relics to worship and as a blessing to guests who visit. Well, now you know. Oh, and you can see the name of the place at the top. It's Pratat Hin Pad. Now the Pratat part tells us that there's some kind of Buddha relics here somewhere, and I suspect they're in that little temple on the top there. And Hin means rock. And I think we learned from that rubbish down below that Nil Pao was the name of a monk. So we're slightly better informed. And of course we're blessed because it's a blessing to the guests who visit. Okay, let's have a wander around. Right, I think we can get a better view of the holy relics and the rock from here. It could do with another coat of paint, couldn't it? And then over to the left here, we can see lots of little Buddha statues. And I read somewhere that there's one for every day of the week. There you go, lots of Buddha statues. And I think we're just about done for today. Bert is hiding down the bottom there, so I'll say goodbye from Bert, goodbye from Golden Temple, and it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.